Google Educator Group of South Texas. GEG.SOUTX.US.
Hello and welcome everybody. We are back with January's GEG South Texas meeting. So thank everybody for being here. Oh yes, so the way I'm doing this one is I have the meet and then I'm broadcasting just like you would present a screen on Meet, but I'm using it's free, StreamYard. I'm sure some of you have used it before. So that's awesome. I'm able to do it because of that. All right, so if you are on the YouTube channel or any of the other ones that we're broadcasting on, join us on the Meet. The agenda should be there with the Meet. And with us, we have Maggie. Hello, Maggie. Welcome. Okay, so I am one of the GEG South Texas leaders. The other one would be Maggie. Would you like to introduce yourself? Oh, muted.
Hi, Catherine, Mel, and Dr. Fidelio. How are y'all? How's it going for you? Happy New Year. I'm Maggie Ojeda. We've met before. I'm one of the GEG leaders. Happy New Year to everyone. Oh, wait, my role, right? What do I do? I work at Region 1, but tomorrow is my last day at Region 1. On Monday, I get the privilege of walking into a high school as an assistant principal. And I'm so excited for this opportunity to be actually like in a school with kids and teachers at such a crucial time in education. It's a privilege to be able to do this. So I'm trying to come up with some kind of a name. I think I'm going to call it like the sparkly walkie-talkie or something. I don't know. Because, I really want one of those walkie-talkie radios. I can't do it. So, so I know it's going to be fun times. But but right now that's my role. And I'll stay tuned for more.
All right, awesome. Okay, Mel, would you like to introduce yourself?
So I'm a bit of the weird interloper. Hi everyone, so I'm Mel. I'm in Cali, Colombia, so I'm not even in Texas, but I'm just here as a support person or whatever, people need me. I'm a MYP and DP mathematics teacher, so I teach at IB school down here. That's me. I don't know what else I can say there. I'm Australian, but yeah, I teach over here. There you go.
That's awesome. I was listening to your the show you did with Fonz. So you've been all over the place. That's awesome. And Dr. Fidelio, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Jesse Fidelio Gatza, and I go by Dr. Fidelio to honor my late grandpa, my late uncle, who also shared that name with me. Also, Beethoven's only opera, Fidelio. So, kind of interesting little tidbit of information there. But I was an IB film teacher for year 1 and year 2 for 6 years. And so I was part of the 2000 IB school, which was South Texas Beta. That was at South Texas ISD. And I know what are the odds, right? Small world. And that's the connection to Mrs. Maggie Ojeda, or I should say Principal Mrs. Ojeda, and Mel. And now I'm a technology integration coordinator for Los Fresnos CISD. That's in Los Fresnos, Texas. It's about 20 minutes away from the Mexico border and about 25 minutes away from South Padre Island. And that's where I live. I live on a fun little island, and that's where my decorations are like this. And I'm just so excited to help teachers use technology. It's been a true blessing. It's been, like Mrs. Ojeda said, a double-edged sword where we're at where we kind of wanted to be, but in the midst of everything that's happening, we're getting there, right? So it's been kind of interesting to see everything unfold, and exciting to see teachers have their moment of hurrah, and they're just like, wow, like I got here. I was able to use Nearpod. I was able to integrate it with Google Classroom, and it's been pretty cool. Lots of success stories, lots of sad stories, but lots of success stories. Many more success stories.
That's awesome. Thank you. Catherine, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Kathy Robert. I am an instructional technology specialist at Northeast ISD here in San Antonio, Texas. So I support teachers at directly at six elementary campuses, as well as providing curriculum support for, the curriculum specialist for my district on how to take elementary curriculum and make it more engaging and virtual for students. So it's kind of like nudging the elephant. Like, we keep trying to push, move them forward, and it's a good position to be in. And congratulations, Maggie, on your new position.
Yes, congratulations, Maggie. So today's meeting is going to be very important in the sense that we are moving to a new platform. And some of you are already there, so thank you so much for joining that platform. And some of the other members are going to have to do that transition as possible. So I'm going to be explaining everything that is going to happen. So I'm going to be going back and forth between two different platforms. I'm going to start by presenting already. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to start first with, and just need to make one more adjustment. There we go. I'm going to start first with our website, which is GEG-SOUTX.us. So if you're seeing this, and hello, welcome, Abid. It's nice to see you here.
Hello. I jumped on because I think there's a problem with your YouTube stream, because I was watching the YouTube stream and the audio is very as if you're all robots underwater.
Ooh, that is interesting. Unfortunately, there's very little that we can do about that. That is probably something to do with trying to broadcast a broadcast. So, but thank you so much for letting us know. I'll have to figure out another way of broadcasting a Google Meet. But for right now, I wouldn't know how. Hey, but if you have any suggestions, that would be awesome, because I don't like that StreamYard is very limited to 10 people, whereas Google Meet and anybody in the group can join.
Are you using OBS?
I don't, because I'm using a Chromebook right now.
Okay.
So that is the reason I like StreamYard, because mainly the tool that I use is a Chromebook. But yeah, I know of OBS. It's just kind of difficult with a Chromebook.
Yeah.
Would have to go through the whole Linux setup. Okay.
Wait, can y'all hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
A bit. So do we sound cool though? I just want to know if we sound cool, because if we sound cool, then we can, like Dr. Fidelio and I think we're agreeing that we're gonna turn it into a song. I don't know, like Mr. Roboto, Omigato, or what? How does it go, Jesse? Like Omigato, Mr. Roboto, go into.
You can probably hear yourself if you actually. I'll play the YouTube live stream now.
Interesting.
That sounds very weird.
Oh wow, that sounds really different.
Oh, let me go to that
You're right.
because
The underwater part is what gets me.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself then. It's kind of weird.
interesting.
Sorry to disturb you anyway. I just thought I'll jump on and let you know in case there was anything you can do. But you guys carry on.
Have a good one. Bye.
All right.
You.
Thank you so much. All right. So domo arigato. Here we go. So our website. Here it is. And unfortunately, our YouTube channel is not quite working, but let's see how our Twitter channel is doing as far as sounds. So I might need to mute myself. Let's see here. Okay, so apparently when I'm talking, it sounds okay. But for some reason, when I'm streaming from the Meet, it doesn't quite sound all right. So if you want to join us on Google Meet, that will sound much better than what we have streaming right now. Okay, so let's move on. The new platform that we're using is going to be Slack. Before I introduce Slack, I just want to let you know about what is the current plan for our Google group on the actual or the old groups. With the new change of Google Groups, the website, there were many things that didn't quite work, and things were labeled and not labeled, and everything was all over the place. It was just difficult to keep track of. So to alleviate that and have a little more engagement in the community, to have the app that is working, we decided to move away from Google Groups, not entirely, just away in the sense that we are going to be here only as an email platform. So I'm only going to be using this to invite you to this meetings. I'm going to be using this to share documents with you, like I share the agenda, for example. So if you click here and you're part of the group, you should be able to see the agenda. From now on, there's not going to be anything else in this. It's just going to be direct email whenever there's a meeting or whatever reason to that effect. Right now, actually, this should be changing to January meeting because this is where we are right now. I just need to update it. But that's the number 8. That's the next step, is repurposing this actual group. And you will no longer have access to join Slack. So right there is the join link. So this was, what day was it? January 22nd. That means we have about 10 days left for those of you that want to join Slack, our group. For any new members, I will automatically add you to both. So old members, here's the link, last few days to join. If you want to join after those days, you will have to reapply, unfortunately. That way I know that you want to join. Otherwise, trying to manage a lot of people at once might be difficult. So we're still going to use both, but one of them is going to focus more on sharing calendar, but not a forum. And if you're here, let me go back to the main one. You'll see right here the link forum, and that one is going to take us now to the new location. So here it is. Here's the new forum. So here it is, Maggie, for example. The main one is going to be the informal banter. This is where we're going to be communicating with each other just for fun. And one of the things that we can do here is, so there are several messages that Maggie is sharing here. But if you want to keep one message going on, like continue that message, you're going to notice that on the right, there's this replied in thread. Okay, so am I...
Carlos, are you in Slack? Because we're still seeing the Google group.
Ooh, so that is a good
Yeah, because I think you
point.
just shared that particular tab, maybe. I think.
Yes, okay, so let me go back. Thank you for letting me know. The website would be forum.soutx.us. No, the fault was mine. So thank you for letting me know. Now that I have this, now I can talk about what I was trying to say. So for example, let's say that right here, this is the informal banter. This is where we talk mainly with each other. And on the left, you're going to see several hashtags. Those are the different the different, let's call them forums. No, they're called channels. The different channels that we can use to talk about specifics. So help. This one, for example, if somebody has a question, this one would be where you ask the question, and some other members might join in and say, well, I've tried this, have you tried this, or whatever. Resources, if you have a nice idea, you can share it here. Okay. The certified, if you have questions specific to certification, then this is where we would talk about, this is how you can get certified. Here are a few resources, and so on. GEG leader announcements. This is the one where it's meant to be GEG leaders only posting announcements about what's going on. From there, you can reply to the individual threads, and I'll show you how that works. Let's go back to informal banter. I have some new messages here. Okay, so let's say that I want to reply specifically to this one. GEG meeting currently going on. On the right side, you see reply in thread. I click on that one, and I can type, thank you for joining. So I reply to that specific thread. So I'm replying to that specific message, in other words. And over here, that says GEG meeting is currently going on, you'll see that there is one reply. View thread, it'll show it on the right. So let me close it again. View thread, it'll show on the right. So this is to keep a conversation in one location, for example. So here's a different conversation speaking about the robot. Let's make some music. So I'm replying to that specific thread, for example. I see that over here, there's new replies. So I'll view that thread. Now, when you start looking at several things at once and you get lost as to what is new, there is a section, all DMs, threads. So I click on threads and it'll show different threads. So informal banter. Here's one. Here's another one. So this is like your go-to for everything that is happening. Direct messages, I don't have any. Mentions and reactions, if somebody mentions me, it'll be there. So going back to informal banter. So right now, here's this one where 3 people are chatting, and you'll see the whole thread on the right. Now I see that there's a new one for resources and links, right? So let's see what that one says. New slides mania newspaper template. So that's pretty awesome. So this is an awesome resource. And here's another thing. I'm going to close this thread on the right. And one thing that I want you to notice is this. You'll see that icon. I click on that icon, and you'll see About, and it'll give you two things: Topic, Google for Education, or Related. So it is Google for Education, which is Slides, Google Slides in this case. And there are two links here, View Only, and if you want to add to this wakelet. So there's a wakelet right there that you can add to it. So if it's something very specific, you can always add to that wakelet. So each one has its own information. So I'm going to click on that icon, About, and Education or Friendly Banter, a place to chat, and Introductions. So if you haven't introduced yourself, that would be an awesome place. And remember to reply to the introduction by clicking on the replying thread. There is a section for Google NDA. That is anybody that has the trainer, the coach, and the innovator can join the Google NDA. I'm not going to click on that one for obvious reasons. And certified, same thing. If you click on the I, About, you'll see topics about the certifications. And you will see some links related to certifications, including if you are a member already, but you are not part of the NDA channel. Okay, so yes, that's my goal. I want to do coach next as well. That is one of my goals. But anyway, going back to this is pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about, that we're moving to this new one. You can install it on your phone. There is an app, and you don't have to install the app. You can always go to the website, and the website is forum.soutx.us. Okay. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about regarding this. Before I move it on to somebody else, I know that two people joined in, Gabriela and Hamili. Would either of you like to introduce yourselves? Gabriela, would you like to go first?
Hello, I'm Gabriela. I live in Tlaquepaque, Jalisco. I'm not speaking English very well, but I'm going to try it.
Muchas gracias.
I'm principal in a preschool. I don't know. I'm trying to pass the first educator exam.
Okay.
Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros. Bienvenida a nuestro grupo. Y mi español no es muy perfecto, pero gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Hamili, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. I'm not pretty sure if I should be here because I'm from Mexico and I don't know the main the topics for here, but I'm from Veracruz, Mexico, and I'm teacher for the high school and secondary. And well, I just got the certification in the last year, and that's it.
And of course, you are welcome to be here. You are not the only one that is not from this region. Of course, we have, as you notice, Gabriela and Mel from Colombia. So no solamente estamos aquí en el sur de Texas. We are from all over the world, pretty much. But yes, our focus is more south of Texas. So we do have that Spanish and English going on, although my Spanish is not that great. And
okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And we have Let me see if I remember. Wendy?
Wendy Prey is in the house, and she's my friend on Instagram, so I'm super excited to see her. Yes, Wendy Prey.
Awesome. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, just real quick. I'm in the doctor's office, but I'm a librarian and one of the share that I was Dean, South Texas. Just became Google trainer, like things about Google, and I'm very excited to be a part of this community. I'm a newbie, and I really like it. Everyone's been very welcoming and very nice.
Awesome.
And
Thank
I'm learning
you.
from everyone on social media. So thank you. Thank you for letting me follow you.
Awesome. And Fonz, are you still having problems with your mic?
No, we're all good. Thank
Awesome.
everybody. Sorry about that. I really appreciate the patience. I was logging on, and of course, tech happens. But we got it all squared away and everything. So it's good to see you guys here, and I'm happy to see some new faces and here in the group. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm not sure if you were here. Oh, by the way, he is one of the other GEG leaders for South Texas. I'm not sure if you were here for the part or you heard the parts where I was talking about Slack and how we're moving to Slack. I know Mel told me earlier that if you do @here, it automatically tags everybody who is online at the moment. Is there anything else you think that we might need to know about Slack?
No, not really. I mean, everything's pretty straightforward. Just as long as you have the rooms and then just tag people, if you're looking for something specific, to reply. But other than that, it's just a really easy, intuitive platform. So I definitely enjoy it when I use it with Global GEG. So it's easy to, like I said, very easy, straightforward.
All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, so I already talked about Google Groups. We kind of covered Slack. Now, I do have some time. I do want to talk about one more thing. But before I talk about that, is there something that anybody would like to bring to this meeting, training, or is there some news that you want to talk about? Okay.
I wanted to tell, le quería decir a Ms. Gabriela si necesita recursos o algo para ayudarle con pasando el nivel número 1 de Google Educador, me puede mandar un mensaje y le puedo dar unos recursos que tengo disponibles para ayudarle. A Gabriela. A la Ok. Y Yameli, bienvenidas. Muchas gracias.
Okay, so we're here to help whatever we can, and South Texas is mainly English and Spanish, so I think this is an awesome group, especially how we collaborate with each other, and not just here in South Texas, but globally, as you can see. And okay, so this one might be a little specific to the US, but I have a lot of students that do not have a computer. I'm a computer teacher, and they have a tablet. How can I teach my students when they have a tablet, right? And it's been very difficult. I had to revert to applied digital skills to be able to teach. If you have never used that program, it's an awesome program for teaching students how to get those digital skills they need. But instead of using programs like Microsoft Office, they use Google products like Docs, Slides, and so on. So my solution here would be to use a website called Donors Choose. I'm going to type it on the chat. And I'm sure that some of you have experience with this. And if you don't, this is specifically for teachers. So administrators, sorry. Am I the only teacher here? Who else is a teacher? I'm sorry. No hands.
I'm a teacher too.
Okay. So
And graphic design, it's also hard for me.
oh yes, I'm one of the classes I'm trying to teach is graphic design, and I just don't know exactly how to go there. So I started with applied digital skills. That helped a lot. So Donors Choose, it is unfortunately for US only, but I'm trying to apply for some a grant for computers for some of my students. And if you're interested and you're able to, then this would help for some of your students. Okay. There is another one that I want to talk about, which is the February meeting. But before I talk about that one, anybody else has any tips, tricks, or interesting ideas?
I think it would be cool to have like maybe like a cheat sheet in Spanish for all the lingo and jargon that comes along with training for Google. I mean, I know I have a lot of parents and people who may want to know about what Google is now that we're moving remote or virtual. And so that'd be cool, a cool cheat, you know, like a English, Spanish, you know, vocabulary on, you know, stuff that we normally wouldn't say in Spanish all the time.
It's true. I agree.
Yeah.
There's definitely a need for that. And we had a lot of parents reach out to us and even students that were reaching out to us that needed help, they needed support. And we were promoting Google Classroom and how to add assignments and how to submit the assignments. And there's so many pieces to Google that are in Spanish, but it's technical jargon, technical words like I got click and then on like in the mouse, you know what I mean? Que botón, el izquierdo, the left button, that's the right button, and like which button and all of those little technical things, right? We say it and we say click on the snowman at the very top, right? And the students say, what snowman? Like, you know, miro un snowman, you know? And so it's definitely something that is coming more and more. I did a training at the beginning of the academic year, and it was how to be a parent in a digital world now, like today, right? And granted, because of March, April, May, right? So it was like how to be a parent in a digital world. And then I was asked to do it in Spanish. Como ser un padre en un mundo digital. And so I'm going to find it because I do have it. And I have it in a PDF and a slideshow. And I can put it in the Slack website, right, Mr. Gatsa?
Yes. Yes, please. That would help a lot.
And then you can copy it and you can make it your own. You know, it's one of those, each slide is English, Spanish, English, Spanish, English, Spanish, English, Spanish. And it's stuff that I found, and it's more like how to be a parent. And then we're hoping in February to do like a spring kind of training for parents. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper with Google and other features that it has. And so that's going to be sobreviviendo el mundo digital, like surviving a digital world. So we're going to go just a little bit deeper. But I'll be happy to share those things with you for sure.
I also have a session that I did for parents, the migrant parents, and it was from surviving to thriving. And it's same, sobreviviendo, sobreviviendo en el mundo digital. But I did want to also share, maybe you all know, but like if you go to you may know, but let me real quick. Like if you click on that link that I just put on the chat, see I was clicking a link. And you probably know this, but if you scroll to the very bottom of that site, at the very, very bottom, you can switch it to Spanish. So this is what has helped me tremendously. I don't know if you knew that. Iniciar sesión in classroom. El tipo de entornar formativo terminar. So it translates that whole page step by step by step, and it even breaks it down by computer to iOS to Android, depending on what device you're guiding the patron, the teacher, the student, whatever, through the parent. So ordenador means the web tab or the browser, and then Android is the iOS mobile, and iPhone and iPad is the iOS devices, the Apple mobile devices.
Awesome, thank you. So
It
that's
has come in handy big time for me.
yes, that's an awesome tip, and it's something that because I don't tend to use it that often, I forget about it. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay. Anybody else?
But I think also something that with Wendy said, maybe we can just like do a like crowdsource a document and put those common words on it, like archivo, like Google Drive, like folder, archivo, right? Like I didn't know. Did you like the tab, pestaña? What? I thought this was pestaña.
Yeah, I know. That one was the one that really caught me. I was like, come again. I know what pestaña is, but in technology and everyday, like, you know, we don't use it that way, right? So hearing it that way and seeing it that way, I had to really check it with other people, and they said, no, yeah, that's what it's called. And I said, wow.
And so maybe, Wendy, we have Gabriela and Jamily with us. Maybe we can do like the icons in the middle or something and the words on one side, and then Jamily and Gabriela can help us generate the other side or something.
Yes, because there's also like conjugations of the verbs, you know, how all the whole like linguistic side of the Spanish, you know, we know academically because either we've studied it, but this is a whole new animal. Like it's a special niche, you know, of catering to a certain type of industry. So that's why. But you see, sí creo que lo podemos hacer todos juntos. 1000 mentes es mejor que una mente.
So let's start a doc in the Slack then, in the resource, no?
Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay, and we can start like building it there. A Google Sheet or what? I know Carlos wants a Google Sheet. Me encanta. Let's Google Sheet, Carlos.
Yes, that's mi mero mole, right? But I don't know that a Google Sheet would work in this case. I think Google Slides, so it's more visual. The right tool for the right job, right? Okay. So I have a little something. If somebody can create that, that would be awesome. I'll leave it up to y'all to figure it out. But I want to show you something a little on the lighter side. Let's see if this works. This is not going to work on the stream. So whoever's watching on the stream, which is currently nobody, it's probably not going to be very well. But this is, I'm not sure if you've seen this before, Google at Arts and Culture. So I'm going to drag this up. Trying to drag this one. Thank you, thank you. Oh wait, that was the program. But that's the idea. It's just a little way to, and you can record it. So Google Arts and Culture, Blob Opera, and let me see if I can find. So this is one of the experiments that they do. Nope, I messed up something. How do I get there? Okay, so I'll share this one both on the chat and on the agenda. And it's just a distraction with everything that is going on. I'm sure you'll find this interesting. All right, awesome. All right. Fonz just shared something interesting with us. I like it. I'll add that to the agenda. Thank you for sharing. All right. Either moving on something else or moving on with the same. Anybody else wants to share something? Could be something fun like the experiments.
I'll share something.
Awesome, thank you.
So I don't know if you guys have Pear Deck subscriptions, but I just learned how to embed Google Maps, so 360 map images into Pear Deck. So super amazing. So I can take kids on, expose them to places they've never seen within the context of what they're learning. So I was really stoked to learn that.
Yes, that is awesome. Do you want to tell us what tools do you use in Pear Deck?
So you have to set your slide up to a certain size. So I'll actually grab the link on the tutorial and put it in the chat and just stick it. But you do the embed the website, where you make one of the pages a website, and then it embeds it on the side. You have to do a little adjusting to the embed code from Google Maps. But you'll have your slide content on the left for the students explaining or whatever the concept, and then on the right is the 360 image that they can move around and really explore. It's amazing. It's super powerful.
We're in the process right now of we just did 2 purchases, one for Nearpod and one for Pear Deck in our district. And so we have 9 elementaries, 3 middle schools, and then 1 high school that's split with a 9th and 10th grade campus and an 11th and 12th grade campus. And so we purchased Nearpod and Pear Deck. And at the end of this year, we're going to just evaluate and see, okay, based on the usage, the trainings, and what we were able to use, and hopefully we get the usage numbers and the percentages and all of that where we want to go next year. And that'll be the one that we hopefully adopt next academic year. It seems right now that Nearpod is a very powerful tool. It's almost like the grandfather of those type of tools. But I mean, we also have teachers that like how Pear Deck is just very clean, and how the layout is very clean, and you can create any slideshow and it just links up with Google. Nearpod does too, but it just does it in a different way, right? So it's pretty interesting to see how we're doing that.
Awesome, thank you. Mel, you want to talk about Whiteboard Chat?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, well, Catherine can go first if she wants.
Exactly. Mel's probably going to tell you, but amazing. Whiteboard Chat will blow you away if you have not experimented with it yet. It's phenomenal. So I'll let Mel take the take the show there?
I don't know what I can say, but it's like Jamboard on like should I say drugs? Maybe that's not the right word. I mean like Whiteboard Chat is just one of those things, like those online whiteboards that you have, but you have the different sort of a heap of different options. So you can have like group boards where students are collaborating. But the thing that I really like about Whiteboard Chat is the fact that it's really easy to see like all your students at the same time, and they're all working on their boards at the same time, and and it's really easy for them to like ask for help. They have like this raise hand feature, and it comes up. You just click, and it goes directly to their board. You can prep boards beforehand, so you can embed YouTube. You can embed like manipulatives. I mean, like there's so many things, and it's free. It's free, so you don't. I mean, like it's relatively new. I mean, like since I think August or something last year, but I've been using it with my classes the last couple of weeks, and I mean, it's awesome. Like I used the group boards today with one of my groups, and it was just so great to see kids like doing work in real time. Like, I know we have slides. I know you can also put in grid view for slides, but this is like also maybe if they're working on their own thing, you don't want them to be distracted by all the other students doing their own things. I mean, like it's really awesome to be able to see just all of them just doing. Because I teach maths, and I mean, like there are just some things that I like. It's like you can also like they can also use the webcam and insert photos of their work directly on there. You know how slides and docs, you can do that as well. And they can also add like voice notes directly in there, and you can as well. You can create like your own like choice board using all the link options. It's like slides also, it's like slides does those things as well. But I think, yeah, Whiteboard Chat just has, I highly recommend you guys check it out. And I mean, if you follow their Twitter as well, they have a heap of stuff there, heaps of tutorials, heaps of all the things. But I don't know, I've just become obsessed with it in the last couple of weeks. I mean, Catherine can say more stuff. I mean, yeah, she's like, yes. So like, say more, but I mean, it is more stuff.
So, it is a truly amazing. They have a really robust, amazing Facebook group, and are just like improving it like lightning pace. But one of the challenges that we've really experienced in our district is how to do stations with virtual learners. And this really provides a medium for stations because you can embed those manipulative objects, you can clone those objects, there's spinners, and teachers, this is like a mind blower. Teachers can hop into boards and the user will set their language within their whiteboard. And so the language barrier is gone. So I'm an English speaking teacher, but I have a Spanish speaker in my class. When I type a message in English, if their whiteboard is set up to Spanish as their default language, it's going to translate, and then vice versa when they send it back. It is phenomenal. They are changing the world, people.
That's awesome. Yes, of course.
Yes, my God, for sure.
I have never heard of Whiteboard Chat. There was another one I remember a while back. Do you remember that one, Miss Maggie? There was like another kind of like Whiteboard Chat, but it was like it wasn't as intuitive as this.
Those Whiteboard 5.
Whiteboard 5. Yeah.
They've like got like tiers and stuff now, so it's like different. And I mean, Whiteboard Chat, I don't know if it's going to stay free forever. I think it's just because they're just putting everything in. I know it's teacher created and everything, though. They're always like, it's all by educators, it's for educators. We get all the feedback and stuff. But I'm sure that at some point we paid. I mean, but Whiteboard 5, yeah, I used that before.
I will say the interface is not super intuitive. Like everything on the interface is clickable. So a lot of the tools, like everything you click, a new menu pops out with additional tools. But if you go to their Whiteboard Chat website, they offer, I think, 2 webinars a week. And
I saw that, yeah.
Now I've taken 2 of their webinars, but they are improving at such a lightning pace. It's like every time I log in, there's new features available. So you can join their newsletter to get updated on the new features, and I would highly recommend to take 1 or 2 of those webinars because it is a phenomenally powerful tool for instruction.
That's awesome.
Thank you for sharing. I love finding new tools like this, especially for our math teachers. So this is really great.
All right. And joining us just now, Dr. Jackson, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everybody. Sorry I'm late to the party this month, but really glad to be here, and I'm going to check out that whiteboard chat here in a few minutes. Already learned something new.
Awesome. All right, so my turn now. And I want to invite you to February's meeting. It's not going to be directly through us. It's going to be through Google. Google's going to be hosting next meeting through their website. So for February meeting, I invite you to join the Learn with Google event. This is going to be in February 17th through February 18th, and I believe it does have several languages, and it just depends on the time of the day, the language that is going to be presented. So just a little bit about what they're going to be doing. The mission is to improve learning outcomes for everyone. But it was accelerated. Learning with Google is the first virtual event dedicated to sharing how we're building on the momentum of last year to bring the best of Google for education. Okay, so that's just a little quick synopsis of what they're looking forward to. They're going to go into, they put G Suite right there, but it's no longer called G Suite. It's now called Workspace. But you get the point. Google Classroom, Meet, Chromebooks, and more. So I invite you to join next month. Instead of February being with us, February is going to be with Google. I will post this in February. All right, we already have some people registered. That's awesome. I will post this again in February and invite you to join. Okay. Now, I think we have time for one last tip or trick. If anybody wants to say anything.
I want to share something, but my English is not so good. And I think you already know SketchUp for 3D modeling. And I'll show you the link. And just my screen for a little bit moment. Due to I had to change my classes, I found this page that is free and it's on the website, so they can use it from the iPad or cell phone or wherever. And you can model in very easily. I love it because just in 2 steps you can take the walls or a house, and the kids love to play with this tool. So maybe you already knew it, but it's very very useful. I love it. I really love it, and it's so easy to use. It's worth that.
And there are different types of SketchUp. There is the professional or the paid version and the education, which is free. The difference is just start with edu.sketchup.
Yeah, I have it in my laptop, but the last year I discovered that they already had this page, and it's very useful for me because not all the kids have a laptop for work, and it's a miracle.
Yes. So 3D modeling, that is awesome.
Something that I really like is to make windows, but and see across the window.
Start designing your next house. You know how?
Hey, can I jump in here?
Yes.
I just love SketchUp, and it's so good because it is visual. I'm so glad you mentioned it. It's good for everything for language. You know, the students can create their dream house and then describe it in whatever language they're learning and whatever you want them to practice. And there used to be a free version that our service center kind of like sponsored each district. So check with your service center, see if there's a SketchUp educational license or something, because I think it's worth it. I mean, just to show some of your future engineering kids, they may not be really good at CAD drawing now. You know, I mean, they just get the bug and they can create whatever they want. So it's just it's so much fun. I wish I had it around when I was a kid.
At one point, it was owned by Google, if I remember correctly.
Oh well, I think they missed out on not continuing that because it was so good. Now I guess it is in the cloud, right? It used to be an install, but is it Gemini? Is it in the cloud? You log in the cloud? Anyone know?
Are you asking me if you have to make some account?
Yeah, do you install it or is it you just log in?
I just log in with my institutional account and that's it.
Oh, beautiful. That's great.
Yeah, so it's web-based.
Good.
Okay. I guess I'll jump into, since we're talking about CAD. On the chat, I just posted one that I also like to use. It's pretty much the same. Well, similar features, not the same. And it's also web-based. So you have different options to choose from. And this one is free with your educator account, of course. All right, so I think we have come to an end today. Yes, today was very full of information. So thank you so much for joining us today. It was an amazing experience. And congratulations to everybody that got promoted. And one of our GEG leaders, Maggie, thank you for being here. Fons, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. And so February is with Google. March, yet to be determined, but it will be with us. Gracias a todos. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one.
Gracias, hasta luego.
Google Educator Group of South Texas. GEG.SOUTX.US.
Bye.